Oh, I'm sorry. We're almost to the 21-day horde. I was mistaken. We're going to do the 21-day horde. But we're on day 20. And we're digging in the hole here, it looks like. So we will continue on with this until we can get to daybreak, and then we'll get out and see what we've got outside as far as getting our tunnel back up and ready to go. Okay. I was thinking that we were coming up on the 14-day, but we're coming up on the 21-day horde, which that should be exciting. See if we can get this dug out a little more before morning. Down in the diggy hole. We're mining more stone. Let's see how much of this we can get knocked out. And we'll check here in just a moment, see how far along we are. I believe we checked at the end of last episode, and if I'm not mistaken, we're about halfway between the Working Stiff Tool Store and the church where we pulled up. And if that's the case, I feel like we're making good progress. We are ultimately going to bring our forges down here, down under the ground, and we'll put a nice little patch of spikes up on top, stakes up on top, and try and protect ourselves a little bit from screamers. We have had a few issues with screamers. Our forges are currently on top of the Working Stiff, and they do attract screamers over there because we're running them all the time. Normally not a problem because we're not hanging out over there, but ultimately we will be running them full time and trying to keep ourselves from having to deal with the small hordes that the screamers bring. If we can kill them before they ever see us, we're that much ahead of the game. As I said, we're going to stop here in just a moment. I'm probably going to stop at 4 o'clock just to see how far along we've gotten through the night and see if we need to change anything up as far as our strategy goes here. I think we're doing okay with it. So far, so good. Hi, Stephanie. Well, I was mistaken in my tweet that I sent out. It's not the 14-day horde we're getting ready for. We're getting ready for the 21-day horde. So we've got 2 days left before that's going to show up. We might make it to it tonight. I'm hoping that we can get to the 21-day horde tonight, and that can be the end of our stream tonight. It'd be a nice way to end the stream. Are you experiencing any more difficulties with the stream? I feel like I ought to have Snow White and 7 dwarfs with me here, as much mining as I'm doing. All right, we are making progress. Looks like we got some metal coming up here, maybe some nitrate powder. That's good. I'm not going to go off on a tangent for them right now, but at least we know they're here and we can come back and follow those veins a little bit later if we need to. We can always come back and get them later. The mining part of this can get a little boring, I'm sure, to watch. I enjoy doing it. It's relaxing for me. But probably not as relaxing to sit and watch it. Probably going to put my viewers to sleep on this. But we'll go out and do something a little bit more fun come daytime. Something to get us ready for our 21-day horde. We don't want to put too much together all at once today, because if we get a mini horde or something in the night, they'll end up killing our defenses before we ever even get to the 21-day horde. So we want to do what we can to minimize that extra work we would have to do to repair everything come the next day. All right, we just got the notification that it is 4 o'clock, so let's see where we're at here. Oh yeah, we made good progress. We're over halfway done. A little over halfway. I'd say halfway's probably about right there. So we got a little bit further. Tomorrow night, or tonight, maybe we'll get, hoping we'll get to about right here. If we get down in the hole exactly at 10 and get to digging, maybe we'll get there. It's still freezing? Hang on. My end hasn't had any dropped frames since I rebooted it back up again. That's strange. Here, let me... Probably going to be hearing myself in an echo. But maybe it'll tell me if I'm getting the same efforts that you're getting. Okay, because I'm not seeing any freezes over on my laptop that I'm kind of keeping an eye on this with. And I went over and checked my frame rate, and my frame rate's 30, and I've had no dropped frames, so I'm afraid that probably is on your end. Okay, here we go. Heading back over to the church. We're going to see what we can find. Boogie oogie oogie. It sure is a long tunnel I have built here. That's okay. We're doing good. Alright, we got another one down here. What have we got in yet? Oh, I got a good motorcycle engine, or a new mini bike engine. If we ever can find the mini bike book, that will be the next thing, to find the mini bike book. Okay. So, alright, here we go. Let's go see if we've got any visitors. We'll check our cook stove over here. See if we have anything in there. Food. How about in this? No food. I'm probably missing something. I probably got food downstairs or something, and I just didn't realize it. Alright, I gotta get my bearings. I gotta go back and... Oh, that sounds cool. A cross-stitch pattern, huh? You're going to have to send pictures if you get it done. I'd like to see it. My mom used to do cross-stitch. I used to sit and watch her do that for hours. Some of it was really beautiful, and my sister does it as well. Aha, there's my food. I knew I had food. Alright, so let's go ahead and eat something while we're down here. It is kind of strange working with the vanilla version of 7 Days to Die after playing a lot of Valmod, because you get so used to the way that Valmod does things, and then you come back to this and it just seems weird to to handle things in this fashion. You know what? I'm going to have to get out just a second. I'll be right back. I'm still here. I'm just having to do a little bit of maintenance that I forgot to do before I got into the game. So please bear with me just a moment. Let's see here. Let's go over here. Get into this. Properties. Local files. Browse local files. Very good. There we go. All right, and then we are going to go back to common, and we are going to rename this to this. Rename this to this. We're going to rename this to that. Okay. Close and restart. I noticed something when I ate the food and it gave me the clay bowl. I realized that I still had Valmod installed. I mean, it wasn't a huge deal, but it could have, if I had kept playing with it, it could have ended up causing some issues. So fortunately, I caught that, and hopefully it did not mess up my game here. That would have been unfortunate, shall we say. All right, we should be loaded back up here momentarily. Tips and tricks, start. All right. All right, now let's see what we got. Okay, good. Now we no longer have a clay bowl in our inventory, which is a good thing because it shouldn't be in there. Except that now I have no mouse movement. Ah! That's not going to work, folks. Let me get back into it again. Oh, there we go. Wow, that kind of scared me there for a moment. I had no mouse look ability, and that would have been bad juju. All right, so we've got 100% on food. We've got 100% on drink. And so we're going to go back upstairs now. Now we're good to go. Oh, that's awesome. I know she'll appreciate it. Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine. Like I said, I'll be interested to see it, though, because that's something that... Huh. Okay. We have any Zeds out here? No. We have a shotgun that has shotgun shells in it. And at least this way, if we run into any doggies, we will have a fighting chance. And the first thing we're going to do is head back over to the Working Stiff Tool Store and check on what we got going over there. I think we had some concrete going. I could be mistaken because it's been a while. I took a little time off and I was trying the No Man's Sky, and unfortunately I have to say that I was disappointed in that. It just seemed very boring and repetitious. It was quite buggy. Hopefully they'll get those things resolved. I might try it again in a couple of months if if they've gotten some of those issues taken care of. We'll give it another go around then. But as it is right now, I won't be playing the No Man's Sky until they get those issues fixed, or at least address some of them. Alright, so we're back over here. Let's see, do we have anything in here? Yes, look at there. Concrete. Concrete, good concrete. And some sand. So, come over here, and we got nothing in the output. Aha, we got cement in the output of that one. And we don't have any cement in the output of that one. We're going to go ahead and drop some more stone in here. And we're going to say cement. And is it 20 minutes? Probably not going to matter. Crafting. And we'll go to this one. And we're going to give it the same amount. And we're going to tell it to craft that. And we'll get out that. Go to this one. And well, that's interesting. Alright, so we've got sand, we've got 416 cement. We need another 584 to be able to create another 1,000 of the concrete mix. Once we get there, then we'll know a little bit about what we're going to do over at the church. Alright, so let's put some of this stuff aside. We're going to go ahead and put this in here, this in here, this in here, and that in there. So we've got enough to make the concrete once, yeah. Oops, wrong one. This one. This is the one I want. Alright, so. Now somebody showed me a tip here just recently that I really like to do. I've done it in another game, and what he said was just to do this. And what that does is it kind of sets these slots aside for stone. So if I shift click over here, instead of it putting it up on this top slot, it'll put it in one of these down here along with the stone. And it just makes it a little neater and nicer. Just makes it look a little nicer. And so that's kind of what I'm going to be doing here to organize this stuff, just to make it look better, is that I'm going to just do a little organization. So that looks okay. I got plenty of first aid kits with me. Lead I'm going to put in the forge, and we've got enough now that we can come out here, and I think we've got enough to do this. Nope, we are 23 shy, so we're going to go into this one, and we're going to pull pull 23 out. Now let's see if we're good. Yes, we are. Concrete mix, and we make 1,000. Alright, so that looks good. We've got another 1,000 concrete going right now. We've got enough to do another 1,000 concrete once this finishes. In the meantime, I'm going to drop some more lead in here. And we're going to drop some more... No, we're not going to drop any more iron in there right now. We can't find any calipers, I don't think. No, we still haven't found calipers, so in this game we cannot make the steel arrowheads yet. So that is one thing we need to find, is some steel calipers. Have not found them yet. We have another engine over here that's a 418. That's a good engine as well. And a pretty good basket. No battery in here though, so that's interesting. Got nitrate powder, which we'll take over to the other building with us. We don't have any more glass jars over here, but we do have some water. Yeah, we do. We've got one. But speaking of which, we need to make some more glass jars. So, I'm going to get this sand, and I'm going to run it back over here to the forge. And take that out. We're going to put sand in there so that we can start making some glass jars. We need to make some glass jars. So we'll turn that on and let it do its thing. We may wait here. Where are we at? We're at 8:26 in the morning. Oh, we need to start upgrading over at church. Let's let this lead finish, and then we'll put the lump of clay in there. Put the lump of clay in there. Once we do that, then we can head back over to the church, I think, and start doing some upgrades over there. I think I had some log spikes going. If not, I need to get some going. There we go. Alright. So we're going to go back over here and check, see wood. What are we doing on wood? We've got 1,000 here. Probably shouldn't take that, but I will. I'm going to take 1,000 wood with me. I'm going to wear the helmet. We have got 67 iron crossbow bolts, 142 feathers. We've got steel, but we can't make the crossbow bolts yet because the steel crossbow bolts yet because of the calipers. Yeah, that's going to take a while to finish. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright, that's good. We're going to go back over to the church and check on the log spikes. And if we have log spikes, we're going to start putting those around the perimeter of the church. Are we going to be able to chase them down? Yes, we are. Alright, any Zeds around? No. Knife. Alright. Okay, let's boogie back over to the church. Put this food away, and then we'll come back down and start doing some upgrades and repairs. We have got a lot of wood spikes out there, which is good. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. Let's get over here and put this food in the chest. Go ahead and put the rest of this stuff in here as well. Crossbow bolts. Aha! 202 wood spikes. I knew we had some. I knew we had some there. So far so good. And we've got a lot of concrete, which is good. I got to figure out what I was planning on doing, though. I mean, that's another issue because I don't really remember what I was doing when I got out of this the last time. I'm sure I had something planned, but what I had planned, I do not know. So, that being said, let's all right, so I had done all of those. I had done some of these. Obviously, I had not done all of them.